The secret to extra crunchy and rich milky chinchin is finally here. Hi lovies, greetings and welcome back to OBS Home and Kitchen channel. So lovies, on today's video, I'm gonna share with you a simple step-by-step recipe on how you can make a perfect crunchy milky chinchin, and it's also a beginner friendly. I bet you this chinchin recipe is not your regular. So stay tuned and let's get started, shall we? So first thing first, the first item we have here is our all-purpose flour. And what is making chinchin without flour? So the next item is sugar, and I'll also be making use of powdered milk. Don't worry lovies, all the measurements I used will be on the description box, so do well to check it out. And butter is not left out. I'll be using 3 sachets of butter and of course baking powder and liquid milk. Here on this small bowl I have my flavors, which is vanilla flavor and milk flavor powder. I'll be making use of egg. Egg is actually optional, but let's add in these 2 eggs. Okay, salt to taste and half cup of condensed milk. For extra flavor, I'll be making use of nutmeg. Now this is all the ingredients I need, so let's proceed. First, I'll start by sieving my flour, which is very necessary. There are bad particles that are sometimes stored inside this flour, and you won't notice or see it except when you sieve the flour, and you can find it at the end after sieving. So that's why it's important and necessary to sieve the flour before adding in other ingredients. So here we are actually making 2 pentas of chinchin, and this is 2 pentas of flour. You see, with this my recipe, you can achieve any quantity of chinchin that you want to do. The only thing is either you subtract or you multiply the ingredients depending on the quantity of flour you are making. For example, if I added 2 tablespoons of baking powder in 2 pentas of flour, then if you are making 1 penta of flour, you should know that what you will add is 1 tablespoon of baking powder. I'm done sieving the flour and it's time to add in other ingredients. I go in with the sugar. This is 3.5 cup of sugar. Actually it's supposed to be 4 cups of sugar, but because I'm making use of condensed milk, and you know condensed milk also contains sugar, so I'm using half cup of condensed milk, so that's why I have to make the sugar to be 3.5 cup. Then I added in 1 cup of powdered milk and 2 tablespoons of flavor, some salt to taste, and 2 tablespoons of baking powder. I added 2 sachets of nutmeg, and I like sieving my nutmeg. You can do without sieving. Yeah, you can do without sieving. So once that is done, I'll just go ahead and mix the dry ingredients with the flour. I'll mix it to just everything is all combined. I can actually still add in all the ingredients, both the dry ingredient and the liquid ingredient, before mixing, but whichever way you prefer, we are still gonna achieve the same results. After mixing, I'll start by adding in the remaining ingredients, which is the egg, the condensed milk, liquid milk, and the butter. And while watching the video, you will see the way I opened my own sachet of butter. So I like cutting the sides and the top of the sachet butter. By doing so, I can get every bit of the butter out without wasting any. And trust me, if you're not opening your butter sachet like this, you don't even realize how much butter is being left behind when you just cut a small hole and try to just squeeze it out. This may look like a small kitchen hack, but it actually saves more butter than you think. Okay. So hope you are still watching and you are learning. So I'll go ahead and add in the last butter. I've actually added only 2, so the last one I'll just reserve a small quantity inside the sachet because I'll be needing it later. All right, let's continue with the mixing process. Okay, my wonderful lovies all over the world, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for always coming by to watch my videos. And if this is your first time of coming across my channel, and if this video interests you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit your subscription button, and also turn on your notification bell so that you always be notified whenever I drop a video like this. So I'm just gonna mix. I'll mix till everything is well combined, until everything is properly combined, until there is no lumps. Yes, until there is no lumps before I'll go ahead and start adding in the water. Chinchin does not require much water, so you have to be conscious of the amount of water you add. So this is the second water I am adding, and I'll just add in the third one, and I'll start mixing. So if at some point while mixing I still need to add in water, I will do just that, but for now I'll start mixing with the 3 cups. Okay, let's continue going. You see the way I'm taking everything step by step. Like if you're a beginner, you want to start making chinchin for commercial purposes or just for home, you can actually achieve it by just watching this video. Yes, you can, because I just picked everything step by step and I explain it in details. This mixing process is one of the hardest parts in making chinchin, especially if you're making in a large quantity. Reason is because chinchin does not require much much water like I said before. So you add in little water while using all your strength to fold it, to mix it till everything is well combined. So at this point I need to add in little water again, so I'll just go in with 1 cup of water because the dough is still hard and I need it to loosen up a little to give me a nice access to the kneading. So I'll just add in 1 cup of water and I will not be adding water again. If you add in excess water, the dough will become watery, warranting you to add in more flour, and that is when you start losing taste. Yeah, you start losing the initial taste of the chinchin. That is why it's very necessary to add in your water bit by bit.
She made her way, a mother of two, strong every day. Youngest mama, love in her eyes. Her story's golden, it touches the skies.
Okay, so the mixing is set and done. Yeah, so we're about to enter the second stage, which is the rolling part and the cutting and the frying. All this shakara, dancing and smiling is for my wonderful lovies in the house. So I'm going to divide the dough into smaller portions and let it rest for a few minutes while I attend to my kids and freshen up a bit. So if you notice a little outfit change later on, that's why. Alright, so now I'm back. Let's continue with the cutting process, shall we? Okay, I have to clean the surface that we're using and make sure that everywhere is sparkling clean before I'll go ahead and start throwing the batter. Alright, I'm just gonna slightly dust a little flour on the surface to make the rolling process smoother and easier, not because the dough is too watery or sticky. Then I'll start rolling. And just look at how the dough is rolling out perfectly and the chinchin shapes are coming out so nice and uniform. This step is actually one of my favorite parts because you can already start seeing how beautiful the final result will look like after frying. Now I'll go ahead and quickly roll out and cut another batch before we start frying. So this is the reason why I reserve some of my butter while rolling, and maybe the dough feels too firm or hard, you can simply apply another butter and knead it gently on the surface just to soften and loosen it up a little before you roll.
Just the style.
At this point, the cutting and rolling is set and done, and honestly, I always like cutting all my dough before I'll start frying. So I'll place the empty pot I'll be using on fire, and I'll be adding in the groundnut oil. So I'm just gonna allow the oil to heat up a little before I'll start frying. This is me adding in a little quantity just to taste the oil and know if it's ready to be used. And the secret to excellent frying is stirring frequently. Don't just add your unfried chinchin on the oil and just leave it like that. No, it's gonna get burnt, and not just getting burnt, it's going to make your chinchin look roughly fried. So always stir it time to time.
Your spirit echoes forevermore. Would you like me to add more verses or adjust the style? Keep rising high. Your love is deep. It will never die. From Niger lands to Cameroon shores, your spirit echoes forevermore.
And remember to fry it till it's golden brown. And we are almost getting ready to the finishing part. And thanks for staying tuned with me to this moment. And if you have watched up to this moment, you're a bestie. And I hope you enjoyed watching the video and you also learned some tips that will help you achieve yours.
Would you like me to add more verses or adjust the style?
I'm done frying, and this is the outcome of our crunchy milky chinchin. It came out so fine and delicious. Oh lovies, I wish you were here to have a taste of this. Oh my god, you're gonna like it, you're gonna love it. And this can serve as a perfect snack or appetizer for your events and special occasions. You can also enjoy it at home with your family and friends, or serve it to your visitors anytime. Also lovies, if you do love to place an order, kindly reach out to me using the number showing on your screen and chat me up. Alright, that's all for today, and thanks for watching. See you on our next video. Bye bye.